What? Lakeisha McKnight live at 7 o'clock? Yep, absolutely. And for those of you on the podcast platforms, good evening to you. It's about 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time on this beautiful, beautiful Monday, April the 27th of 2020. Welcome, everyone, to the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. I want to welcome everybody here. Just want to make sure that we're good on Facebook as well. It looks like we are good. And as you see, I'm not by myself today, okay? So, listen, I got a couple things I want to remind you all of. I know you're familiar with me going live between 8:30 and 9:30, but we have quite a few things going on, and I do not want anything overlapping or conflicting. So I said, hopefully everybody doesn't have a problem with us going live at this particular time. So, again, welcome everyone. Now, the purpose of this show, okay, is really to empower leaders like yourself because you are a leader. So empowering you with the ability to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. And so that's why we're here. We do this show every single night, normally between 8:30 and 9:30 p.m. But because we have a special series on this particular week, I want you to definitely tune in just a little bit early, okay? A little bit early tonight. And so we welcome you. So as you might see, I have a special guest today. We have a series, by the way. A new series that we started this week, and we're focusing really on leadership. Like, really, what does leadership look like within the home-based business world? Okay, what does it truly look like within home-based businesses? Before we dive into this special chat, I want to encourage each and every one of you, love the stream. If you believe that you're a leader, love this stream right now. Go ahead and do it. I'll wait. No, but go ahead and love the stream. Also, we have a comments feature below. Make sure now that you check in. Where are you watching from? What city and state are you watching from? And also, if you have questions, any other thoughts you want to share, you can post them below. And then there's the share feature. Let's go ahead and be a blessing. Let's share this out to your timelines and other relevant places, because here's what I do know and what really inspired me to do this series is because the motivation that I constantly get from leaders who have made an impact in my life and helped me to get to where I am today. And of course, my business colleagues and my partners. And so I have one of my partners here on the platform, okay? And I'm going to be doing a little bit of an introduction. Now, here's the thing. I call her Jay. Okay, many of you may know her as Jermario, and so we're going to be introducing her. She is a wealth builder. She's a wealth mentor, hailing out of Mississippi. Okay, and she's just doing some amazing things. She is a millennial, and she's serious about her business. Okay, so I want to welcome her onto the platform, Miss Jermario Handy. How you doing, Jay?
All right, how you doing, Lakeisha?
Pretty good. I am so grateful that you decided to join me here on the platform. So you're in Mississippi, and is that Jackson, Mississippi?
Yes, ma'am. Straight out of Jackson, Mississippi.
Ooh-wee, y'all hear that accent? I love it. I love the accents. I love all accents. And so here's the deal. Because we're focusing in on leadership, I have, of course, a couple things we're going to really chat about. Because if you all had not paid attention to last night's streaming episode, you might want to go back and check it out. Because we really delve into a little bit about what motivates me to really go forward and to strengthen myself as a leader. You know, John Maxwell says, leadership is influence, nothing more and nothing less. And so here's the deal. If you want to be successful in your home-based business, you have to be working on enhancing your leadership ability. And you can do that while everybody's in quarantine. I know everybody's home. You can work on it, okay? And so we're going to have this chat tonight. And so what I really want to ask you first, Jermario, is what do you think leadership is?
I think leadership is servanthood. I think it's being omnipresent, being in a home-based business where you are able to do business in over 140 countries. And I believe it's being able to be a mentor, but also a mentee. So you are already in a state of where you can share and show others how to reach their goals or get to where they want to get, but you are still in the state of wanting to learn, to improve, and also improve others.
I like what you said, because you said you're you're a mentor, but you're also a mentee. So it's like that dualism, that dual role
Yes.
that's in play, where you're not only a leader, but you're also a follower at the same time. And so, which leads me to really asking you this, do you believe that a person must first do well as a follower before they can actually be a leader?
Oh yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you have to have a strong leader in front of you to learn what am I supposed to be doing? What are the type of things that I should be doing?
Mm-hmm.
So just like yourself, you are a wonderful leader. If I'm paying attention to you, maybe I'm not yet. I'm a leader at heart, but I'm not yet to where I'm supposed to be a successful leader. Okay. And if I just stand behind you and watch you and see how you do, then I can do the same thing.
Come on, and that's the beautiful thing about leadership. One thing that the Bible says is that the blind can't lead the blind. So one person has to know where they're going. So, or else both of y'all gonna end up off of the cliff. And so we can't have that type of tragedy. We need to be going to a destination, whatever it is that we're set on going, whether it is, any specific goals and helping other people to really build wealth. That's where we're going. And so that's truly phenomenal as far as your thoughts about leadership and what it truly is. And so it really calls to question a couple of things. Who have been really critical in your life as far as inspiring? And I do appreciate, that you've been able to, just share how I've had an impact on your life. But what are some other individuals who have been really instrumental to getting you to where you are today, helping you to really grow as a leader?
Oh, I go so. Oh, that's a really good question, because one being God, because He is the head of my life, and if I don't have Him to guide me into these other divine relationships, then I don't know where I would be. And I would say, secondly, my mother, because it's coming from a single parent household, and also as a single parent, just growing up, seeing how she has been so strong in raising 3 children, all by herself, and just all of that. That's another thing. I'm gonna try not to get emotional.
Oh, girl, come on.
And not just my. I'm a little crybaby. But her, and I would say my pastor, because he gives good wisdom, and especially with being a millennial and a young adult, sometimes you just searching for your way, and you have to find someone that you can learn from, and that pours it into you, that you can actually receive knowledge from. And last but not least, my Wealth Builders family, along with Alicia Minto, Matthew Taylor, Mr. Tybes, Mr. Dalco, and so many others that just pour so much into us, and don't ask for anything.
Oh, wait a minute. You done mentioned something else, Jamiro. Now, these are some great people, because these individuals have inspired me in many, many ways, poured value, into our lives on a daily basis. Okay, on a daily basis. One thing you said that was really, really critical, was not expecting anything in return. Man, so you mean to tell me leaders are supposed to pour into your life and give of themselves, right? Giving you all that they have, living this life of sacrifice, to really be that role model that other people can follow. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, ma'am, absolutely.
Wow.
Because it's like this. If I continue to give myself to you, whatever it is that I need, deserve, the Lord's gonna provide anyway.
Wow.
I'm doing His work by serving His people. So whatever it is that I need, He already knows my needs. So by me helping and serving you, not asking you for anything, He's already given it to me.
That's good. That's good. And that, to me, that signifies a great deal of faith, because you're trusting God. You're giving of yourself, steady pouring of yourself, and you're trusting God to replenish you, with everything that you need, so you can continue to thrive, can continue to sow seeds of value into other people's lives. And that's powerful. And especially coming from a millennial. Now, let me tell you, there are some other young people out there who are just focusing on self. That's all they're focusing on, is what can they get for themselves? How can they do for themselves? What they can get, right? That get me or you owe me mentality, or just, everything's supposed to come to you instead of you going after it. Where did you get that from? That drive to want to really pour out and to sow into other people's lives instead of course, the common mindset that some millennials have as far as woe is me and that everything is supposed to be given to me. Where did you get that mindset from?
I really think it was already in me, and I had to kind of figure it out. But I'm gonna say I also got it from my mom because she always helps people. She has always done that, even if it was her last dollar. She always helped and went above and beyond. Mm-hmm. And I find myself doing the same thing when it's people close to me, even not just so close to me. It just always having that feeling of want to make them feel happy or just make them feel good about whatever it is, they may be going through or not going through. Mm-hmm. It's just something, I just can't even explain it to you really, because it's just like something in me, just like a light bulb, just, maybe you should do this, for this person. It'll make them smile or it'll make them feel this type of way. So I really can't even explain it to you, like, where it come from, but I guess it's just a part of me.
Mm-hmm. Some people think that we get certain traits like this from our parents or just from people that we may I don't want to say idolize. That's not the right word, but are like role models to us that we look up to, and we kind of cultivate those seeds in our lives so that it grows and it just becomes a part of us. And it sounds like that may be the situation for you, where it was cultivated, where you're constantly pouring out. And I can honestly say, from my mom, she's actually in the health field, the nursing field, and she's been doing this, for over 30 years. So it's in her, where she would actually give you the shirt off her back, if she sees that there's a need. If she sees that someone is hurting, someone who is in need, she's going to make sure she goes above and beyond. And sometimes to the point where I got to be like, Mom, look, you got to care for yourself now. Go take care of yourself. Because it can be, you got to find that fine balance between self-care and pouring out into the lives of other people. So I definitely understand. And I know, it's definitely a valuable trait to have, to be able to pour into other people's lives, especially at a young age. So let me ask you this. What traits, I know we talk about leadership and what it actually looks like. What leadership trait do you think is really, really helpful? Because I heard, you're an entrepreneur and things of that nature. You do business from home, and we're going to get into that in a moment. But what trait do you believe is helpful for those who do run a business from home? What kind of leadership trait do you believe will be beneficial for those who are leading from home during this season of quarantine?
I'm gonna say just staying focused, and not only just staying focused, but executing your plan.
Whoa, hold on. She said she dropped the E on them. She said execution. Boom! Like, I mean, wow. Okay, go ahead. I just had to let that sink in. Go ahead.
Yes, it's just like staying focused and executing your plan, like, and making the plan plain and simple. And it just, even if you don't know what the plan is, just come up with it, write it down. I know it seems cliche because people say it kind of on a regular basis, but they're not just saying it for no reason. It actually works. Mm-hmm. And then, because and I know I keep referencing my mom, but I just remember being a young girl, and my mom used to always tell us when we wanted certain things or desired certain things, write it down, make it plain and simple, put it in the Bible, and pray over it, manifest it, and it has come to fruition. So it's just that plain and simple, but just focus on it and execute.
You mentioned that you said just pray on it and it comes to fruition. Give us an example. You already probably know what I'm hinting at. Give us an example of what you prayed on. And it came to pass. It came to fruition. What happened? Let the people know.
Make me cry a little bit.
Let the people know.
Trying to get the tears started. Oh Lord, I'm gonna try to make it sweet and simple, I guess. But I'm gonna say, like, just last year, I was in a really tough spot. Okay. As I mentioned before, I am a single parent. Yeah. And just branching out. Like, I want to be a homeowner, so I prayed and manifested on that and became that as well. But I got to a point in a position where I couldn't work because I had fractured my fibula, which was, the side of my leg and then my ankle. So I got to a point to where I couldn't work. I didn't have any money coming in. And I'm like, Lord, I got all these bills. I got, which we most do, all these bills, light, water, gas, mortgage, and my son's tuition. And I'm not knowing, what I'm going to do. But I knew that I didn't want to continue to just keep working a job because at that time I did have a job. But how that works when you are under temp, but you work temp for so long, my stuff wasn't sitting in place for me to get paid while I'm, sitting at home. Right. So I'm missing out on money. I'm sitting at home. And I did branch out and start an online boutique, but that is totally different when it comes to wealth builders because you have to stay to put so much money in to buy product in order to sell and bring in income versus when just so happened, just to fast forward the story, so happened, I joined the Facebook group about business with business women, and I was tapping in and out, but this particular day, I just was scrolling through Facebook in the group, and I heard this lovely young lady. I don't know if you know her or not, but her name is Lakeisha McKnight.
I don't know who she is.
And she was offering free mentorship. She was mentorship. So as she was talking, and she was saying it's absolutely free. If you want free mentorship, just come in info or inbox me. And so I come in and info. From that day story, when it's going to be my 1-year carrot birthday, July the 7th of this year. I plugged into the system and I just found my solution.
That's what's up. See, I mean, and it's all about being in the right place. Some people say at the right time, ahead of time. Because you just never know, how God is leading you. We know so many people's stories where they said they prayed. They, one of our sisters, our WOW sisters, Miss Glassby, how she prayed. She came out of her prayer closet and she saw a post, from Miss Sherry Brown, right? And so she jumped on it. She was looking for gold, and now, to Miss Glassby, Miss Brown, all of them free, just being able to get access, tap into the system. So what I want you to do real quick, Jamario, is let the people know what is it that, really kind of drew you into the mentorship and drew you into the opportunity. What really made you come to a point where you were like, yes, this is it, and you wanted to plug in? What was that for you? All right.
I'm going to say in the beginning, because in the beginning for me, it was just like, okay, it's free. So, why not plug in? Because I don't have to put money in versus what I had to do for the start of boutique. I didn't have to put anything in, so it was free. And after I kept plugging in and seeing the proof that it actually do work, as time went on, I just feel like it was a divine connection because even right before I got in, to be honest, I was thinking about going to nursing school or going for dental assistant. I was thinking about all these things, and I'm like, no, I'm not in a position to do that.
Right.
But this is free. I could do it from home or on my cell phone, whenever I had a free time. And the more I got in, I feel like it was a calling from the Lord. I mean, that's just me. Everybody believe what they believe, but I feel like it was a calling because so many things that he was showing me beforehand, he was showing them to me. And then they'll be shown to me as the more I got into the business. They'll be shown, I'm like, Lord, this is a sign that this is something I'm supposed to do because, one, I already knew I was supposed to be helping other people. And this being connected to a wealth building system, it gives me that advantage to help so many more people, not even just in Jackson, Mississippi, but surrounding areas as well. So
tell them kids are going to
I just feel like it was just God sent.
They're too loud. Door got to be closed. Yeah, I mean, it's powerful. And here's the thing, I believe that all of us are connected in some way. And I believe that it's all for this reason that we are connected. We're going on the same path, traveling the same journey, and God knew that this particular system was going to be the vehicle by which He brought all of us together and connected us all. And so now we're on this mission together to be able to share the good news about this amazing money system with the world. And so, listen up. We're going to share more information, everybody, about this money system and how you can potentially plug in. But one of the biggest things that we have to recognize, even while we're in this quarantine, that it's not a bad thing. That there's so much that we can gather and we can glean from being home, as I may have shared in other episodes. But what do you believe in this season that we're in right now? We don't know how long it's going to last, you know? And so for yourself, we know that growing your leadership ability is critical to really having a successful business, whether it's a home-based business or a traditional business. And so how are you planning on growing yourself as a leader? What are some things specifically that's on maybe your plan or part of your strategy that's going to help you grow as a leader during this quarantine to grow your business?
I want to go back to focusing, just being focused and executing my plan. Because, like I said, I already wrote it down, plain and simple. And just like you mentioned, even during this time of craziness, I have reached my goals. You know, even though everything is doing whatever it's doing, I have still been able to reach the goals that I set and the things that I have put on my vision board. So I still want to say just staying focused, executing my plan, and just applying more pressure. And just for me, like even during time to motivate me, just keep plugging in, keep reading, listen to audio messages. I love music, which you already know that. Mm-hmm. I even have I'm saying 3 or 4 of my top gospel songs that keep me motivated. Okay. And one being "The Best Is Yet to Come," which is old school. I didn't even write down the artist, but "The Best Is Yet to Come," "My God Is Awesome," and "My Help" by Brooklyn Tabernacle. Mm-hmm. So that's my motivation to keep going, even when you see everything going on. Do not pay attention. Just stay focused on what you need to stay focused on and execute your plan. Plain and simple. And if you are already doing that, just apply a little more pressure.
Yeah. Yes. And of course, I know you said something about music, but are you particularly reading any books right now that perhaps the people watching this, they may have an interest in reading those books and growing themselves, you know, and really enhancing their mindset? What books do you have that maybe you're glancing at or you plan on reading?
Well, one, which I'm done with now, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Think and Grow Rich. Mm-hmm. Think and Grow Rich. The Richest Man of Babylon. And also Fake by Robert Kiyosaki.
Okay.
So those are just a few. Mm-hmm. There was just a few to throw out there. I wish I had them on hand right now to show them, but those just a few to just throw out there.
Perfect. So I know we've been talking about it kind of subliminally, everybody, because she's plugged into a money system. I'm plugged into a money system. She's a wealth mentor. I'm a wealth mentor. I'm going to allow Ms. Jamario to share with you a little bit about the money system, just a little bit, just in simple terms, what it is that we do. And then I'll share with you all how you can potentially plug into it and really get more, you know, leadership enhancement even through this system. So, Jamaria, what is this particular system all about in simple terms?
Simple terms, plain and simple. We just share information to help others to build wealth and help their home's economy. Just plain and simple. One, you can acquire assets as little as $6-7. You get you a 10th gram of gold, mm-hmm. and start, you know, working on saving your family's economy, because we know what's going on out here. And so if you want to be plugged in, just simply get back with Lakeisha. If you're on her timeline, or get back with me if you're on my timeline. And back over to you.
And so everybody, she's talking about this. This is the cash gold right here. Okay, bring it as close as I can without the glare showing. So that's the front. That's the back. Okay. And so this is a 10th of a gram. So this is what she's talking about. That's about $7. Okay. It's not quite $7, but yeah. So all you're doing is exchanging. You're exchanging cash, or you're exchanging, of course, I have some of that. I don't want to say fake money, but you know, that's what it feels like sometimes. But this fiat, so you're exchanging this. Okay. So this is about $7, right? And you're exchanging for this. So you're not losing anything. You're just doing an exchange. You're not buying anything. So if I was to give Jermaria 4 quarters and she gave me $1, no purchasing took place. It was just an exchange, one for the other. So you're exchanging this, well, of course, you're giving away this that has less value and losing value, even as we're talking to you right now. And then you're gaining this, which is an asset. This is a liability. This is an asset. This is going to continue to grow in value, and it acts as a hedge of protection. So the longer you keep this, okay, it can grow in value over time. And so that's what we're simply helping people to do, right? And that's what, Miss Handy, she's helping other people to do as well. So here's the deal. We may not have said it, we may not have made it clear, but it's absolutely free to plug into this system. But before I dive into that and share information about that, Ms. Handy, what else would you like to share with the people as it pertains to leadership, and even during this season that we're in right now as we prepare to wrap things up?
I just want to say, one, leadership is already in you, but sometimes you need a little help to bring it out.
Yes.
So that's why I like to say sometimes we are just helping to rebirth the dreams of others, because it's already in you. The leader is already in you. So all you need is a little push, and we are here to help you get that little push to make everything for you to come to fruition.
All right. Let the church say amen.
Amen.
But yes, everybody,
amen,
look.
Amen.
Amen. And so look, here's the deal. We are doing this because we want to pour into your lives, and we believe that this particular series is going to help you to grow. Okay? One thing that I've come to understand as a business owner for umpteen years is this. When you have people who truly, truly want to see you grow and willing to make the sacrifice, you want to connect with those individuals. It's not about necessarily what they can get from you, but it's all about what we can get to you and attract it to you in your life. You holding on to cash, just holding on to it, you're going to keep losing. And we want you to get on the winning side. We want you to win. And so we want you to get access to this tier 1 asset, gold. Okay? And this is something, again, you can pass down to your children and your children's children. And so we want to encourage you to plug in. It's free to plug in. Some people question, is it like everything else? No, it's not. It's an e-commerce company that provides this money system. It's not an MLM. For all the people in the back, can you hear me? Look, it's not an MLM, okay? And it's not a network marketing opportunity. It's e-commerce. So it's just like Amazon, just like Facebook, how many of you, if you're watching this, you have an account. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're listening in on some podcast platform, that might have been free as well. And so we're encouraging you to take 2 minutes. Okay, first of all, get back with the person that shared this with you. Ask them for a link so you can register and increase your education about wealth. Increase your education about, even, precious metals, which is we're talking about, which is gold. Get yourself the education you need and start taking action. Okay, it's not too late. So get yourself registered. We can't wait to have you on board. And even if you're watching this and you're like, Lakeisha, I might need some more information, even beyond this particular show. Listen, we have a presentation that's going to be going on at 9 o'clock tonight. And we want to encourage you to plug in. All right. It's really simple. I tell people it's a 2-step process. Number 1, make sure you've downloaded. Okay. Please download the Zoom app. All right. And it's free in your store on your phone, or download it off the internet. And then you want to make sure you put in your web browser www.goldrocks.info. And someone may drop it down in the comment section. I'm quite sure one of our partners will do that. And so you want to get on there at 9 o'clock. Now, we might stream it on the Facebook if Zoom and Facebook is acting okay. Okay, it'll be streaming there. But you want to make sure you join us on goldrocks.info to get all of the information you need. And they may even take a question or two. You just never know. But even still, even if they don't take questions, you can always ask the person that shared it with you and actually streamed a watch party on their timeline, and they can make sure that your questions are answered. So listen, I want to say thank you so very much for being here. And of course, Jamera, if you want to thank the people.
Yes, I want to thank you for having me and thank everybody for tuning in.
You are welcome. Thank you so much for being a great guest, Jamariel. And thank you so much, everyone. Remember, this show goes live, as we said, every single night, normally between 8:30 and 9:30, but we may be doing it just a little bit early this week. We want to see how it goes as far as not clashing with everything else that's going on in the evening. So thank you so much, everyone. Be blessed. We'll be back tomorrow night as well for another episode, a part of Leadership TKO. So until then, I want to encourage each and every one of you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, everyone. God bless, and hopefully we'll catch you on the platform, goldrocks.info, at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time.